Your name?
I'm Katie Robbins, the Assistant National Coordinator with Healthcare Now.
Okay, and what is that?
Healthcare Now is a national grassroots campaign advocating for single-payer national health care. We believe healthcare is a human right, should not be tied to the ability to pay.
Okay. So, you were arrested in front of the Senate Finance Committee for speaking in favor of single payer. Why not just pick up the phone and call your senator? Why risk arrest?
Oh, we called many times to elected officials across the country. They heard loud and clear from the single payer movement that we wanted to be included in all official congressional hearings, roundtables, forums on healthcare that's underway right now. And throughout the course of this year, we as single-payer advocates had been excluded from these discussions. And what this means is not just that there's not an open debate on all different options for reform, but the one reform that is indeed universal, that would cover everyone and contain costs of our skyrocketing health care, was being excluded. So what's left on the table is very regressive, and the ideas for reforming health are not going to lead to a real comprehensive system.
Right. So the name of your group is Healthcare
Now. Healthcare Now.
There's a group called Healthcare for America Now, which is holding a rally here this week. Even though your names sound alike, you have different points of view. You want single payer. They don't talk about single payer. They push aside single payer. Why do you think there's this? I mean, and most of their members would probably favor single payer. So why do you think there's a split that way? It's almost a tactical split. Some people say you can't talk about single payer because it won't work. You say you have to talk about single payer because it's the only thing that will work.
Healthcare for America Now launched about a year ago with a set of principles that, in addition to calling for quality, affordable health care, something that the single-payer movement has called for, they claim that Americans want the choice between private health insurance and a public health insurance option. And single-payer advocates call that a false choice. What we really want is a choice of doctors and hospitals and a guarantee that we can get needed care. We don't want a choice between what kind of insurance plans we want. However, Healthcare for America Now is a coalition of unions. They're backed with a great deal of money. I've heard $40 to $80 million. They have paid organizers across the country to push these positions. And they feel like I do believe that they feel like what they're doing is politically feasible. There's an argument that single payer has been easily pushed aside in the past or defeated in the past because of the socialist argument that it's socialized medicine and the American people are afraid of that. But what Healthcare Now feels is a real need for education on what a single-payer system is and why it is the only solution to the healthcare crisis, as opposed to this set of principles that might be politically feasible but really are bad health policy.
So is it your position that anything but single-payer should be defeated in the Congress?
We haven't publicly made that statement as Healthcare Now, but it looks like the proposals coming from Congress are worse than the system we have now. People under a mandate system are mandated to purchase private insurance, which does not guarantee them access to needed care or protection from bankruptcy. In many ways, it looks like a bailout for the insurance industry.
So from what you know now, your position is to defeat the legislation that you see coming down the road.
Yeah, the legislation as it is now is no answer to the healthcare crisis in the United States. It will not help.
Thank you.